What's going on with y'all, man? I did a long behind live. I didn't think I was gonna get up or anything. I was so sleepy. Um, Colorado and Colorado State. Colorado State's coach and the quarterback was talking mad cash the whole week, saying what they're gonna do to Shador and Coach Prime. You know, they was talking like, yo, they got to play against us. We're gonna bring out the big leagues and all this crap. And what was surprising was Coach Prime actually listened to what I said do, establish the running game. When he established the running game, Shador was able to feel comfortable and get into his spots to let the ball loose, get it to his players, his playmakers, Horn, and then Lester. I think his name was Lester or Wesley or something. But he balled out and he got him a big touchdown. Travis Hunter got him one. Defensively, they played a lot more confident. They did let go of a long run, but they buckled down after that, which showed that they're paying attention and that they're really trying. They got their butt kicked by Nebraska because they came out sluggish and the line wasn't able to protect Shador and the running game wasn't getting established. Coach Prime has got to establish the running game. From this point on, you're going against better teams, better athletes, and I'm a huge Coach Prime fan. Now, people are like, man, you hope that he can come back to Florida State. I did a video on the Patreon about that. Whenever you get a chance, go on the Patreon. I'll tell you about Coach Prime. My thing is, I want Coach Prime to succeed because he's a man who's a man of God and a guy who's there to help grow the sport as well as help the players get to the next level. Colorado State tried to pack the line a little bit. They were sending extra pressure. Like sometimes they sent 5, sometimes they had a couple drop back and they would still send 5. But it wasn't going to work because Colorado has the athletes. They had way faster athletes on both sides of the ball than Colorado State. And they played great. I mean, you can't hate on Coach Prime. They controlled the line of scrimmage. If the Colorado Buffaloes can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, they'll be straight. And and I believe Colorado, like I said before the season, I believe they'll win 6, maybe 7 games. I don't really see this team making the playoffs. I'm not trying to disrespect. If Coach Prime make the playoffs, then I will gladly come back on here and say, you know what? I was dead wrong. I should have never went against Coach Prime. But I just don't see it with this team, man. We're too light in the ass. You understand what I'm saying? We're too light in the ass on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. We don't really have any big daddies at the nose of the 3 technique or even at the guard and tackle positions. They're big, but they're not like mean nasty. Like you need that nasty dude. Old linemen are supposed to be nasty. Sometimes dirty. Ain't no borderline. They're dirty. Old linemen are some of the dirtiest players on the field. They got to be. The D-line, they got to have an attitude, an edge. Look here, punk. We're here today to play. You going to take it. That it is what it is. And I don't see that enforcement from Colorado. Now, I believe if Coach Prime, I know his son's finna go to the next level. If he can stick around, I give him another year. I think if he adds the right pieces to the team, I believe he could take the team to the next level. But it takes more than 1 year. People got to understand it takes more than 1 year to build the program up. It takes a while. So I think people are being disingenuous when they disrespect Coach Prime. For what Coach Prime is doing is great. I still think Florida State effed up. If Florida State would have been able to get Coach Prime, Florida State would have been further ahead, further along and everything. They would have been a lot further along. Now, do I still think Coach Prime is leaving after this season? Maybe. Coach Prime comes off as a man who doesn't like to stick around losing situations or stick around situations for a long time. The whole ordeal and the ideal was to bring Shedeur to a school where he's able to recruit bigger offensive linemen, bigger D linemen. He could get better athletes. And thus far has worked a little bit. But do I think they will be a lot better than last year? Yeah, of course. I still think between 6 or 7. But Shedeur is right. I know people didn't like when Shedeur said, like, we're everybody's Super Bowl. They are. But you got to back it up. And Shedeur in these last games, I know the last game didn't look like it. Shedeur has really stood his own. Shedeur really stood his own. He actually, has been standing tall. People got to give grace to Shedeur. People have got to stop hating on the young king. I mean, the young king's a kid, and for everybody to be hating on him, talking bad about him, and trying to tear him down, you guys got to remember these are kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're kids. Like, we got to stop jumping the gun and being disrespectful. You feel me? These guys are kids. They're not. They're not here to be all friendly and everything. They're here to play the game. So, let's see here. Probably gotta get my computer cleaned. I haven't been on my computer in a long time. Whoop. All right. I want to show you guys something. Okay, so now let's look at last week. I don't look at let's look at last week. I don't look at the individual stats. Now, you have, of course, look at the total yards. You had 334 to 260. But look up here, first quarter, Nebraska had 14 in the first quarter. Then they had 28 because you had 14 in the second quarter. Colorado put up duds. Then they didn't score for the rest of the game. Colorado only got you 10. All right. Now, total yards, you had 260 to 334. Passing yards, 244 to 185. Rushing yards, only 16 to 149. They averaged 5 yards per play. Colorado averaged 4. First downs, you had 22 to Colorado's 15. Third down efficiency, 3 and 12, 4 and 14. Both weren't good third down efficiency, but Nebraska really didn't care because they went up on them fast. Now, fourth down efficiency, Colorado's 1 and 3, 0-0. Total plays 62 to 65, 7 punts to 5. Penalty yards, Colorado had 9, Nebraska had 12. They were trying to keep Colorado in the game late, but it didn't work. 1 fumble loss, 1 interception throw. Time of possession, 24 minutes, 39 seconds to 35-21. 35 minutes and 21. Now, time of possession is very important. It's only important if you're dominating the game as far as you're scoring, you're milking the clock. But sometimes time of possession doesn't really affect your game because you can have a high-powered offense where they're scoring like this, quick, fast, and you could be down 28-10, and you done had the ball. Usually, you're either 3 and out all the time, or you had a turnover. But in this case, Colorado got whooped. You know? Now, let's go to their next game. The next game was Colorado State. Now, 28-9. Colorado State had 3 points. Colorado put up 14. 7 in the third, 7 in the fourth. They only had 6. That's why it's 28-9. Now, let's look at the team stats. 419 to 340. 310 passing yards to 209. Rushing yards, they gave up 131. Remember, they had that long run in the game. And 109, what changed from last week? They ran the ball. Yards per play, 6 to their 5. First downs, 23 to 17. Third down efficiency, 5 of 11. Little better than last week, 4 of 15. 5 and 6 on fourth downs, 0 and 1. 68 total plays with 4 punts. They had 79 total plays, 4 punts. Penalties, this is what's killing Colorado. They're getting way too many penalties. 12 penalties for 115 yards. They had 10 for 94. Fumbles lost, they had 1. They had 2, and then 2 picks thrown, so a total of 4 turnovers. And then, boom, 0 interceptions thrown. Time of possession, 30 minutes to 29:53. What was the difference in last week against Nebraska? Easy. The controlling of the clock. The ability to run the ball. If you run the ball well in college football, you will win most of your games. That's football, period. You have to have a good running game. If you don't have a good running game, you're not going to make it. And this is the issue that I've had with Colorado. This is my only issue with Coach Prime, is that Coach Prime doesn't stick to the run enough. He has to stick to the run enough. If you stick to the run, your team will be very tough to beat. Because Shador is probably one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. He's very accurate. He gets to his spots. They spread it out the defense a lot, which I liked. Like, if you're going against the defense that's great when they're cluttered a little bit, then you want to spread them out. Because you want to spread them outside linebackers. You want to spread them out so you can have an open gap to run either through the A gap, the B gap, or sometimes the C gap or the D gap. Also, what Colorado State was doing, they were playing a wide 9. Now, a wide 9 is good to play at times if you're going against a pass-heavy team. But when they start running, unless you got a beast at that end, I would not play wide 9. I would play a 7 technique or 6-eye. I'll play a 6-eye or a 5. Well, a 6-eye, depending if it's a tight end over there. Usually they didn't have a tight end. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't what is y'all doing? Oh, okay. Wet. All right, so that's what I would do. I would practically in my best interest, I would try to play in as a 6-eye or a wide 9. If I play a wide 9, it's cool against a team like Colorado, where their tackles really aren't that good. Colorado's O-line is like really not that good. So Shedeur tries to get the ball out quick as he can, which I like for him to do more of. I want him to be able to get the ball out quick. You need to put Shedeur in a type of set where he get his receivers. You got to have your receivers running slants or drags or just quick routes. You know, quick inside route, quick hitch, a quick hook. They can run a hook, which will have the linebacker come up and you can send another receiver in back of the linebacker, which will help him get the ball out faster. Shedeur is dealing with a line that is just mediocre at best. Very mediocre at best. You know, mediocre at best, and I don't really see this Colorado team like just being world beaters. Like I say, I see them getting to 6 and 7 wins on the season. 8 is pushing it. Do I think they make a bowl game this year? I don't know. They could. I think 6 or 7 wins is bowl eligibility. It might be 8 or 9. I'm not sure. But if it's 8 or 9, then no, they're not making it. But if it's only like 6 or 7 wins, they could get into the next level, to the bowl eligibility. That'll be cool. But like I said, if I'm after this season, if I'm Florida State, I'm writing a blank check and I'm giving it to Dion, and I'm just like, yo, here the check. Holler at me when you can. So thank y'all for listening, man. I'm out. Deezy. Oh, they also, about the situation at the end. Situation at the end on where Shedeur said what he said to the quarterback and he left. People got mad at him. Why? The quarterback for Colorado State was talking all this all week, and Shedeur said, stand on business. Keep the same energy. When you saw me, you said y'all was going to do this. You said you were going to do that. Y'all didn't. So now you got to hear my mouth. And I'm glad Shedeur stood on his 2 feet. I'm starting to love Shedeur even more. You know, I think Shedeur is he's gonna be an excellent quarterback at the next level. I think people are too judgmental on him, and I think people are judging him too harshly. But I think he's gonna be fine. But we'll see. We'll see how the season go. Like I said 6 or 7 wins before the season. I'm sticking by it. So let me know what you guys like. Make sure you hit the like button. You guys subscribe, hit the notification bell to select all so you can receive upcoming notifications. If you do love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link to the Cashapp that'll donate whatever your heart's desire. Plus, you guys can super chat or leave a super thanks at the end of the video. And, you know, that's about it. So, thank y'all for listening. I'm out. Deezy.